got steroids. I've got an infant. She's got eczema. I'm putting it on her and it's not making it go away. It's making her cry. It's burning her. And I started searching for an all-natural alternative and I couldn't find one. Know that your body is inside and out. So what you put in it is just as important as what you put on it. And within 30 days, she had significant improvement in her skin. You should be moisturizing your skin head to toe. It is an organ. You need to take care of it. If you can't pronounce it, or you've never heard of it, or if you ate it, you would get sick, don't use it.
Hi, and welcome to the Keyconceptspodcast. I hate putting toxic chemicals on my children because even if they're prescribed, it doesn't mean that it's good for them. That's why I'm excited about my special guest today, Jennifer Jones, the founder of CocoButtery, a natural skincare brand. Jennifer, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Jennifer, for someone hearing about CocoButtery for the first time, can you explain what type of products and services you provide?
Absolutely. So CocoButtery is a medicine cabinet essential for your skin. You could use it as lotion, but it is really for people who have eczema, dry skin, sensitive skin, chemo skin, and then that group of people that are ingredient conscious, those of us that are mindful of what we're putting on and in our bodies. That's what CocoButtery is for. It's not for your purse. It's not for your briefcase. It's not to sit in your car because it is temperature sensitive, but it's the go-to for if you have a skin issue that you want to solve that problem without putting toxins and chemicals and all the things that would really upset the health of your skin in order to heal the skin.
Yeah, that's great. I think a natural option is really good because for my son, he had really bad eczema and they prescribed him steroids. And I was like, do I want to give him steroids? So would CocoButtery be an alternative to the eczema, as you were saying? Would it kind of alleviate some of the itchiness? And
it'll alleviate all of the itchiness. That is literally why I made it. So the very first product that I made is the body butter. And I made it specifically because my child was born with extreme eczema. Same thing. Doctors gave me all the steroid creams. CocoButtery is the solution for people who have eczema that have been looking all over the place, trying to find something that's going to soothe them, that's going to get rid of the appearance, the irritation, the itching, the rashes. And then they find CocoButtery and they don't have to use the steroids anymore.
Yeah, that's awesome. But what inspired you to create this?
I had this little tiny baby that had eczema on like 2/3 of her body. It was from the top of her eyelid all the way down to like the top of the middle of her thigh. And there was something counterintuitive to me. You know, when I was pregnant with her, I couldn't even eat sushi. But now that she's here, you're telling me to put steroids on my infant. And at the time, the only thing that she consumed was breast milk. And it didn't make sense to me.
So when people reach out to you for the first time or they send you an inquiry or a question, what's the challenge that they're typically facing?
Usually it is, I've tried everything and nothing works, or I'm allergic to everything. They can't use fragrances. They are looking for something that they can either put on an infant or something that they can put on themselves. A lot of times I'm talking to a lot of new moms. But what I find most people are struggling with is just trying to figure out what to do first through third or first through 20 to get their skin back in order and what's going to work.
Why don't the name brand stuff work?
The name brand things have temporary fixes. A lot of times the issue is they have alcohol in it or sulfates or preservatives, fragrances, and there's this large marketing push for really quick fixes, temporary fixes, topical fixes, cosmetic fixes, not a systemic fix.
What do you think is causing the corporations to go that way versus going all natural?
Natural products have a temperature sensitivity. And if you're a large corporation and you're looking at the bottom line in dollars and cents, this is also expensive ingredients. You know, they're not cheap. I don't have a way to make this for $3.99. For the majority of companies, it really is a bottom line thing.
Dry skin, sensitive skin, and eczema. Can you explain the differences of those three?
The distinct difference is eczema comes from the inside, dry skin is inside and outside, and sensitive skin can come from either one of those, or you can just be born with it.
Wow, and you said it also treats chemo skin. So what is that?
Generally speaking, most people who go through chemotherapy face some skin sensitivity from the toxins escaping from their body. Genesis absolutely targets that. My customers who have used it, that's what they say.
What is lip butter for those that might be hearing that term for the first time?
It's lip balm, but it's not balmy, it's buttery. I don't wear lip gloss anymore. I wear lip butter. I might put a little liner or something, but I've gotten away from putting chemicals on my lips. It is for men, it is for women.
And you also have Breathe Butter. What product is that and what does that solve for?
That is our version of Vapor Rub. It's opening up your bronchial tubes when you breathe it in. I can't say it stops you from having an asthma attack, but if you know your body and you know that your bronchial tubes are starting to get a little tight, put some on there, do some shallow breathing until you can do some deep breathing, and it should open you up.
Is there such a thing as over moisturizing?
A little goes a long way. You don't need a whole lot. As long as you're using it sparingly, no.
Is there other things that people might believe are true that aren't true?
I think people believe that all skincare is created equal. I think some people believe that just a little fragrance doesn't matter, doesn't hurt them. And I think that people believe that nothing's going to happen if they keep on using these things. And none of those things are true.
Do you have a sunscreen version of CocoButtery?
Sun butter is seasonal. I did decide this year that it was going to come back in the spring instead of the summer, and it's going to stay. So I will keep it year round. It is extremely important to protect yourself from the UVA, UVB, and UVC rays.
Is there a general rule of thumb also for how frequent people should be applying the skincare products?
You should be moisturizing your skin head to toe. It is an organ. You need to take care of it. So you should, after every time that you wash, apply your skincare.
When you were creating CocoButtery, what was the biggest challenge you overcame when you were setting it up?
Packaging, sourcing, and launching to a global market. That was extremely challenging.
Do you have any testimonials that really stand out that you can share?
The one that really stands out is a customer that I met on TikTok. And I was just scrolling and she popped up in my feed and I watched her testimony of how she was going through breast cancer. And I was compelled to send her some Genesis. And within 30 days, she had significant improvement in her skin.
What are some of the symptoms that people might face that they may not be aware of using some of the other stuff that have toxins in them?
In my experience, if you use something that does not make you feel good, you should stop. You use something that burns or it itches or causes a rash or has a film, or you are fully aware, like everyone's put on lotion before where you're just like, oh, this is so sticky and irritating, or, something like that. If you pay attention to your body will send you signals and tell you what to do and what not to do.
Are there other benefits that people come across after using some of the all-natural skin products that you have?
There is something called a CocoButtery glow. And it literally illuminates you. Your skin gets so healthy.
What about the bags under your eyes? Is there something that I could use to apply for that?
I use Genesis on my face, but the under eye area is the first place that you see that your liver is not functioning properly. I am not a doctor. These are just things that I have researched.
If someone wanted to start with just one CocoButtery product, which one would you recommend for a starter?
So if it's somebody that has eczema, I would say the body butter. It's super concentrated, and that is what was originally created for eczema, where you just want to make sure you are staying hydrated. You're somebody with dry skin, I would start with the whip butter. And then if you're somebody who is ingredient conscious or somebody who's going through chemo, or you have really bad skin issues, or you're trying to do some anti-aging, then I would say start with the Genesis. But I typically recommend people start with the body butter. A little goes a really, really long way.
So the whip butter is used for...
If I'm going to be out all day long, legs out, feet out, I'm using whip butter.
Nice.
It's going to stay all day long. I'm going to be hydrated. There'll be no remnants of ashiness or anything like that. It is going to bring out my natural glow.
What would you say to them for those people who are on the fence?
Start with this small body butter. It's antiviral, it's antifungal, it's antimicrobial, it's antibacterial, because you can't go wrong. It's not expensive, and you will find a need to use it for something, for someone, because you can put it in your medicine cabinet.
Are there other future products that you're working on?
I'm currently playing around with deodorant. I have a bug away butter that I used to offer that I'm trying to turn into a spray. So trying to liquefy it. And then my sister-in-law makes soap. She makes the soap for our family. And I've got my irons in the fire for her to teach me how to make the soap, because she makes a CocoButtery soap. It's fantastic.
Is there anything about CocoButtery.com or any topics that we haven't got into that you wanted to dive into?
In the spirit of trying to find the most natural and healthy things to do. Give yourself some grace. Find one product at a time, one thing at a time to just slowly start to remove toxins from your body, from your daily living, from your lifestyle. Know that your body is inside and out. So what you put in it is just as important as what you put on it.
Where can people find your social media contacts, your handles? We got your website, CocoButtery.com, but where can people find the socials?
I would say Instagram is my jam. Trying to be on every single social media site is a lot. I do have every social media site. CocoButtery _ is Instagram. You type in CocoButtery on any one of the platforms, it'll pop up. But Instagram is where if you need to contact me, you want to see real people, real feedback, real testimonies, you're going to find those on Instagram.
And if they had a question, they could just send you a message.
Yes. I'm pretty good at answering messages. If you go on the contact us or the comment section on my website, if you DM me on Instagram, if you email me, I'm always looking.
Okay. We'll get all that information into the description below. So for those that want to just click into the description, they'll be able to see it.
Thank you.
Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us today on this episode of the Keyconceptspodcast. It's been a pleasure.
It has been my absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you as well. Well, what you put on your skin matters, and simple, intentional choices can really make a difference. So thank you for watching this episode of the Keyconceptspodcast. We'll catch you on the next one.